All right, gang, welcome in. It is A-Bomb with you. It's been a few days. Good to be back. So, Braves' magic number is now at 2. Why is that? Well, that's because the Nationals lost today to the Cardinals. So, magic number down to 2. That is very good news. That means tomorrow we could wrap up the East. And if anybody from you, if any YouTube executives are watching this stream right now, and I suspect you are since we're so huge over here, what is the deal with the studio beta and how long it takes to get your live stream up and running? This was not a problem in the old version. But anyway, glad to see Mexican on board. Thanks for waiting out those technical issues. And it is time for the top of the second inning. Julio Teheran had a 1-2-3 first. And so now Rhys Hoskins, the cleanup man for Philly, leading off the top of the second. So, Braves magic number 2. Braves record 93-59. We've got exactly 10 games to go, including this one. So if we're going to reach that 100 win mark, we can only lose 3 more games. So Braves 93-59, Phillies 77-72, and they are fighting for their wild card lives. They're currently 4 games back on that, or maybe 3. I don't know. Maybe that changed since the Nationals lost. But anyway, it's not looking likely that Philadelphia is going to make the postseason, and that could not make me happier. And Juan Gotti, yes, the Phillies, or I should say the Falcons, did win Sunday night. That was great. Organic Flat Earth is in, and I'm now a subscriber to your channel. I did check out a couple of videos. Got a nice garden going up there in New Jersey. Keep it up. And as you know, if you follow my channel, I was in Wrigley Field over the weekend on Saturday, and I'll get to that as we go along tonight. What a hell of a great experience that was. Great ballpark up there at Wrigley. And if you ever go to a game there, it's probably going to ruin whatever your local team is. You know, it's going to ruin that game day experience a little bit because Wrigley is so freaking awesome. Not a Cubs fan at all. Okay, we'll get that straight right now. But hell of a ballpark up there. So it's Julio on the mound. His record is 10-9. With a 3.5 ERA. He has yet to beat the Phillies this year, so tonight would be a good place to start there. And Zach Eflin is the Phillies pitcher. His record 8-12 with a 4.20 ERA. And so with nobody out in the top of the second, Rhys Hoskins has a 2-2 count on him. And you're right, Mexican. Yeah, the East is a wrap. So let's see if Acuna gets 40-40. Not sure exactly how close he is to that. I think he's at 39 home runs and not sure on the stolen bases. I've been a little bit out of it, out of the loop a little bit since I was out of town over the weekend. And Rhys Hoskins has struck out. So 1 out in the bottom of the second. Check it, top of the second. And yes, the Nationals are still in first place in the wild card for the first wild card spot, and the Cubs currently own the second place wild card. Is the 100-game thing that important? Not really. And there's a base hit for Segura with 1 out. He's on first base. Oh, and he's chugging for second. And he's in there. That was kind of the old, outfielder being lazy double there. And it looks like Acuna kind of took his time to get the ball back in. So we've got a runner on second for the Phillies. and 1 out in the inning. And the Sports Gaming, thanks for asking. The Braves will win this game tonight. We did not win last night. We got the lead last night and then gave it up. Don't expect that to happen again tonight. So it's good to see everybody. Thanks for the likes. We're already stacking those up. And here's Kingery with a runner on second. We expect to hear from the Bone Crusher soon. Although he's got his new van, he might be out cruising the streets of Panama City Beach on a Wednesday night. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Kingery, right back to Julio. Looks the runner back to second and throws on to first. There are 2 outs. Okay, Juan Gotti, I hope that you can at least wear the Dodgers out a little bit. Maybe you can't beat them, and maybe you can beat them, but if you can't, can you at least wear out their bullpen? Well, it's only a 1-game series, or a 1-gamer, right? I can never remember how that goes. Okay, no, it would be the Nationals and the Cubs playing a 1-game playoff, and then the winner of that would go on to face the Dodgers. Hazley is up, or Hazley, I'm sorry. Hazley is up. He now has 1 strike on him. Chicago, a great town. A lot of fun up there. Weather was perfect, by the way. I think it was probably a little warmer than normal for this time of year. But at that game on Saturday, it was 80 degrees all day long. And man, how amazing is it to see the Phillies in this position when everybody thought they were going to win the East going away before the season started. One pitch is low. It's 2-1. And I didn't get shot up there, you know. Thankfully, I made it out with my life. Here's the 2-1 pitch. This one is grounded to second. Ozzie takes care of that, and that'll do it for the Phillies in the top of the second. And we head to the bottom of the inning. There is no score on a Wednesday night. So we'll take a quick break and be right back for more Braves right after this. Okay, we're back for the bottom of the second. Markakis leads us off. Good to have him back. I haven't really seen his at bat. You know, I haven't seen him play since he came back on because I missed all the weekend games. And he grounds one to second, and that's quick out number one. No, it wasn't. What the hell happened there? Must have been an error that I looked down for just a sec. Michaela Bowman says poetic justice, in my opinion. I'm sorry I forgot what that was even about. Okay, bad throw. Second baseman airmailed it. And it almost went into the Phillies dugout. So Markakis on first. He's on with an error. Reaches on an error. Leadoff man on base. And you're right, Juan Gotti. Cam Newton isn't doing too well for Carolina, and Breeze is out for surgery. I will not. It would be dishonest of me if I said I was not happy about that development. Breeze has pretty much owned the Falcons for his entire career. You know what, Mark Lane, I did have a Chicago hot dog and I didn't like it. I don't like sweet things on my hot dog. So the next time I ordered another one later on, I was like, just put some mustard and onions on it. I don't need your sweet, nasty relish. And, you know, tomatoes and peppers and all that jazz. Okay, Michaela, yeah, thanks for straightening that out. And so Matt Joyce is up to bat. Season average at 294. So Eflin looks in for the sign. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Joyce. Hit the other way, and oh, and it's dropped by the left fielder. He can't hang on to it. All kinds of horrible defense for Philadelphia in this half inning. And so we got runners on the corners and nobody out. And it looks like another error possibly. Oh, that was completely mishandled. Should be an error. Did it hit his glove? It did. Hit him right in the damn glove. Yeah, man. So Brian McCann is catching tonight. He steps into the batter's box. Big RBI opportunity for him. And that's a foul ball. McCann batting .255. It is 1-1 on McCann. Outside 2-1. Man, how about this dude for the Pirates? The closer for the Pirates, Felipe Vasquez, is in trouble with the law for messing around with a 13-year-old girl. That's a big story. It's not like he's some nobody on the team. He's their closer. So McCann with a 2-2 count. Runners on the corners, nobody out. It's low, 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch to McCann. Grounded over to second. And they get one out at second. They get the force out. Joyce out at second, but the run scores. And the Braves are up 1-0. So give an RBI to McCann. Mark Lane says the NFL would have let him play. I don't know about that. There was actually an arrest made. And so now with one out, McCann is on first. Braves up 1-0, and here is Dansby. He's batting in the 8th spot tonight. And he really hasn't gotten it going since his return from the injured list. Let's hope he turns it on real quick. At least in time for the playoffs. Pitch to Dansby is outside. Oh, yeah, I agree. I think I said that one. Yeah, I mean, we're sitting great. Cam Newton is not doing well, and neither is Drew Brees, so that bodes really well for the Falcons. I'm happy about it. Drew Brees has owned our ass over the years. Temperature's finally back to normal for this time of year. The AC is not blowing and running the entire game. Thanks for that. It's about 15 degrees cooler tonight than it was on Monday night. Two-two pitch is, woo, we got a break there. That looked like it was in the zone, but it's a full count now to Dansby. Three-two pitch to Dansby. Coming up, here it is. Fouled away. Pretty good crowd on hand in Atlanta tonight. Here's the payoff to Dansby. Another foul. Speaking of the Falcons, they are at Indianapolis this Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern. Make sure to join us right here for all the fun. Eflin looks in for the sign. It's another 3-2 pitch to Dansby. Here it comes. Swung on a missed. Strike 3, and that is out number 2 in the inning. And that will bring up the pitcher's spot. Here comes Julio Teheran out of Colombia. Thanks, Mark Lane. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Give us a sub if it's your first time in. Julio batting .113 on the year with 4 RBIs. Runner at first with 2 out. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. Milwaukee's been red hot lately. And they have an outside shot at actually winning that division, if not a wild card spot. St. Louis currently in first in the Central, but they have 7 more games with the Cubs before it's all over with. And there's strike 3 to Julio. So the Braves are retired, but not before 1 run crosses the plate. That's the good news. It is 1-0 Braves as we head now to the 3rd inning. We'll be right back for that. We are back. To the top of the third we go. And thankfully I missed the Braves game Saturday because I was up in Chicago at that Cubs game. I'm glad I missed that whole situation where Culberson got hit in the face. I have avoided any replay of that. I do not want to see that. I understand he's out for the remainder of the season, and hopefully he'll be back next year. So here's Michael Franco leading off for the Phillies in the top of the third. Bone Crusher can let us know if there are any Franco Steins left at treasurehunt.ga. Something tells me there probably is at least one. Here's the 0-1 to Franco. Foul ball. So I want to ask you guys, who would you say the Braves MVP is this year? Who was your Braves MVP for regular season 2019? And Camargo's out for the season. Yeah, he's got like a busted kneecap. I'm going to go with Freddie Freeman just because he's been so consistent all season long. He's not really gone in any prolonged slumps. He struck out about 60 times fewer than Acuna. So that's my vote for the regular season MVP for the Braves. And in fact, Freddie should be, he should be considered for the outright MVP of the National League. And Franco's down on strikes. There's out number one. Oh yeah, I heard about what you guys are talking about there about Culberson. Apparently, Snicker got thrown out of the game because he was pissed off that it was a strike call. But apparently it was like a legit call. But that's some real insult to injury when you've just gotten nailed in the face and it's a strike call at the same time. Thanks, Organic. Yeah, let's not forget about Freddie's defense. He's always digging balls out on the short hop to first. So here's Zach Eflin. He's got an 0-2 count already. Phillies pitcher. The 0-2 pitch is fouled back. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Eflin. Way outside. 2-2. And there's a strikeout. Out number two. Out number two in the inning. And now we go back to the top of the order for the Phillies. Hernandez 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. Here comes the 1-0 to Hernandez. It is in there. It's 1-1. So Mexican, let me ask you this. You were going to go to a Braves game this month. Did that not work out? Work got in the way? Or did you actually make it? Or are you still planning on coming in the next 9 days? Or the next 9 games, that is? Believe it or not, I have never been to a Braves playoff game, so I'm definitely doing that this year. I'm going to take care of that this year. Been to a ton of regular season games. And here's the 3-1 offering to Hernandez. Fouled away, or maybe not, actually. Never mind. That's out number 3. Markakis, playing left field tonight, takes care of the put out. So that will do it for the Phillies in their half of the third. We go to the bottom of the inning. It is still the Braves 1 and the Phillies nothing. And our magic number is 2. So back to the top of the order. Here's Acuna. And his at-bat starts with a strike. Yeah, good luck, Mark. So you say maybe your daughter can get you a ticket. How does that go? Does she work for the Braves? Or Ticketmaster? Here's the 0-2 pitch to Acuna. That is, wow, should have been strike 3, but it's called a ball. It's 1-2. What's that, Dab Brewer? Are we talking about putting a nuke inside of a hurricane to break it up? I think they say that doesn't work. And so now it's 2-2 on Acuna. Leading off the third. And he swings and misses. Strike three. Third strikeout for Eflin. Walking Legend is in the house, and Chicago is awesome, man. I cannot say enough about Wrigley Field. That park is so above and beyond any that I've ever been to. Even though it's 105 years old, the whole game day experience is so freaking cool. And Wrigleyville is this area around Wrigley Field that probably goes on for, I don't know, 5 blocks, 10 blocks. I mean, it's really big, and it's nothing but one gigantic party before and after the Cubs games. Don't get me wrong, I'm not switching my allegiance to the Cubs. And Ozzie grounds one over to second, throw on to first. Check that over to short, throw on to first. That's in time, out number 2. But man, it kind of ruins like your own ballpark going to a place as great as that. Now I need to scratch Fenway off the list. I'm going to try to get there next year. I'm going to try to do Fenway Park next year. And so here's Freddie, fouls away the first pitch. And it didn't hurt that it was an absolutely beautiful day on Saturday. No clouds, 80 degrees, great weather. And Bone Crusher is making his presence felt. That is timeout number 2 tonight for the Dabster. And in fact, the Reds are just now getting underway from Wrigley. I hope the Reds win, man. Let's knock them out of that wild card. Here's the 2-2 to Freddie. Upstairs. So I ended up walking around the entire stadium. It was a long game on Saturday. The Cubs won 14-1 over the Pirates. Wind was blowing out, and there's ball 4 to Freddie. He's on with a 2-out walk. And so the game lasted about 4 hours, so I had plenty of time. I walked everywhere I could possibly walk inside the stadium. I was not able to get into the bleachers area because they won't let you in to that specific part of the ballpark unless you have a bleachers ticket. So I saw everything except for that. I walked into the upper deck and, you know, walked everywhere you could in the upper deck and the lower deck. There isn't a whole lot of place to stand around in that ballpark since it's the concourses and, you know, other parts of it. There's just so little room to walk anywhere. You can't just stand somewhere and hang out. They'll shoo you away. They'll be like, "Oh, sorry, sir, you can't stand there. You got to keep moving." So I ran into that a couple of times, but I still got some good pictures, really good pictures. Here's the 102 Donaldson. And at the end of the game, I'd say the last 2 or 3 innings, the score got so out of hand that a bunch of Cubs fans got out. So I was able to move up to maybe like 15 or 20 rows behind first base. And that was great. 2-1 to Josh. No, there are not many old parks left. You got Wrigley, that's the oldest, and then Fenway is about 2 years younger than Wrigley, and then you've got Dodger Stadium, which is about 50 years younger than those two. 40 or 50 years younger. Josh Donaldson hits one the other way to right, but that is caught for out number 3. So that'll do it for the Braves in the third inning. And we'll be back. There is more baseball coming right up. I am A-Bomb. Our show is Coast to Coast. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and in between the innings, Charlie Culberson was on the field with his family to accept the Braves Roberto Clemente Award. So he doesn't look bad at all. He looks just fine. You wouldn't even know anything happened. And man, does he have a hot wife. Wow, I've never seen her before. So Culberson comes out with his hot wife and his 3 kids. And looks like nothing even happened the other day. So that's good. And very deserving of the Roberto Clemente Award. It goes to your outstanding player in the community. And so Real Muto comes up and immediately gets hit with a Julio Teheran curveball. And he's on first with nobody out. And yeah, Crusher, if Dab keeps it up, we'll just have to permanently ban. He may be our first ever to get permanently banned. We don't want to do that. That's extreme, but sometimes it is warranted. And so here's Bryce. 0 for 1 today. Runner on first with nobody out. The Giants are in for a weekend series. And we'll tell you who the probables are coming up. Strike 1 to Bryce. Math Cars in. Welcome in. Haven't had a check. Did not get a chance to see the race recap this week because I was out of town. I'll have to check that out. I know the NASCAR season is winding down. So here's the 1-1 pitch to Bryce Harper. Two and one to Bryce. So tomorrow's a businessman special from Atlanta. It is a noon start. Aaron Nola versus Mike Soroka tomorrow. And then San Francisco in town Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Faulty going Friday. Max Fried going Saturday. And Dallas Keuchel Sunday. Okay, we've still got 9 races left. That's a little more than I thought. Julio with 42 pitches in the top of the 4th. Here's the 2-1. Uh-oh, this one's ripped. This one is out of here. 2-run job for Bryce Harper, and the Phillies take a 2-1 lead in the 4th. Nobody out in the inning. 32 on the year for Bryce Harper. Harper goes down and drives that one to right center. Not much doubt about that. Majestic shot. So that brings up Rhys Hoskins. He is 0 for 1 tonight. Had a big home run last night for the Phillies. Yeah, nobody's going to be a fan of Harper unless he's on your team. He's kind of one of those jackasses. So 1-0 pitch due to Hoskins. Fouled back. Here comes the 1-1 with nobody out and nobody on. Foul ball 1 and 2. And you see our new sponsor down at the bottom left, VHSbarn.ga. Turn those old VHS tapes into gold. And a 1-2 pitch to Hoskins. Way low. 2-2. If the Braves win tonight, magic number drops to 1. Nationals already lost today. Foul ball, still 2-2 to Rhys Hoskins. We're stacking up likes. We got 14 of those. Hit that up. Hit the subscribe if you've never been in here before. We bring you Braves and Falcons coverage. And a few extras here and there. Here's the 2-2. Way outside. Again, it's now full on Hoskins. Julio's getting the pitch count up like he always does. Next one is number 50. Grounder over to Donaldson. Nice backhand over to first, and there's out number 1. Rhys Hoskins retired. Here's Gene Segura. He's 1 for 1 today. And here's the pitch. It is in there. Strike 1. Welcome in, Grande Pomona. Yes. You are always in Braves country when you're on coast to coast. And there's strike 2, 0-2 to Segura. You're right about that, Mexican. The Phillies are not going to be in the playoffs this year. Just ain't gonna happen. They're 4 out of the wild card last check. Maybe next year they're gonna have to spend a lot more money this offseason just to keep up with Atlanta. There's a foul ball. Still 1-2 to Gene Segura. One-two pitch is popped up. That one is right there for Acuna. Out number 2. No, we cannot clinch anything tonight. However, if we win tonight, the magic number drops to 1, meaning tomorrow, if we win tonight, tomorrow, if the Nationals lose or if the Braves win, then the East is ours. So here's Kingery with nobody on, 2 outs, 2 runs in on the Bryce Harper blast. Scott Kingery, 0 for 1 tonight, 259 on the year with 19 home runs, 54 ribbies for the center fielder. This dude is really fast out there in center field. Oh, you're absolutely right. We hope that tomorrow is the day that we clinch it. We want to do it against the Phillies, no doubt. We don't want to do it against the Giants over the weekend. The 1-2 to Kingery inside. Batter steps out. Now he steps back in. Here comes pitch number 60 of the evening for Tehran. Foul ball. We'll do it again. Good question. When will the playoff roster be announced? Not sure about that. At least as far as our pitching goes, we've still got 9 more games after this one, so that's probably up in the air for the time being. And Kingery strikes out. So that'll do it for the Phillies in the 4th, but it was a good one for them as Bryce Harper and the Phillies take a 2-1 lead off of his 2-run home run. We'll be back. Here comes Markakis in the bottom of the 4th. Looks at a ball, and yeah, Mathcar brings up a good point. Yeah, let's not count out the Braves just yet for that World Series ring. Of course, we're not going to be favored against the Yankees or Astros if we make it there, but I like our chances if we're able to make it that far. Absolutely. Markakis 0 for 1. Well, he did reach on an error, and he scored the run. But officially 0 for 1, and now officially 0 for 2. This time he grounds out, and they make the play. Out number 1. And that will send up Matt Joyce. Grande Pomona says, leave Tyler Flowers at home. You know, I might have said that before the Culberson injury. He was actually our emergency third catcher, was Culberson. So it kind of sucks that he got injured. I mean, he was such a great utility player. He could even pitch an inning here and there if necessary. But I'm afraid Tyler Flowers will be on that postseason roster. Two one pitch to Joyce. Foul ball. All right. Do we understand producer Beth is watching some Braves games this year? That is a big deal. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Joyce. Grounded to the shortstop. Not going to be able to make that play. There's an infield hit for Joyce. He's on first with 1 out. Hey, Georgia Bulldog fans, make sure to go over to Bone Crusher's channel and subscribe. He will be doing live reaction and hangout this Saturday night. Notre Dame comes to Athens, Georgia to face the Bulldogs. McCann over to second for 1, on to first 2. McCann grounds into the double play, and that'll do it for the Braves in the 4th inning. So, what a bummer. We head now to the top of the 5th. Braves trailing to the Phillies 2-1. A-Bomb will be right back. Welcome back to Coast. I'm A-Bomb. We're in the top of the fifth inning, and Hazley is leading off. He's 0 for 1, and Bone Crusher lets us know that Goose got swatted. How crazy is that, right? And, you know, we've said on the show before, hey, go mess with the Goose over on his channel. We never, ever wanted anything like this to go down, so not sure what happened there. That's kind of whack. I don't watch enough of Goose's streams to know what kind of beef he might have had with somebody. But that is some straight up bullshit if that really went down. And so Hazley is out on strikes, fifth of the night for Julio Teheran. And welcome in Midwest Sports. For some reason, he deleted his message, said that the Cubbies scored a run. In fact, let's check some scores around the league. Why don't we? We'll talk about all the ones that matter. The Angels have a 3-2 lead over the Yankees in the sixth inning, as Michael Franco steps in. He's 0 for 1. Tigers and Indians tied at 1 in the sixth inning from Cleveland. Giants 4, Red Sox nothing. That one's in the fifth. Padres 2, Brewers nothing. That one's in the fourth. That one definitely has implications for Milwaukee. White Sox 1, Twins nothing in the fourth. We know that the Cardinals beat the Nationals 5-1 earlier today, and that's why the magic number for the Braves stands at 2 right now. Mets beat the Rockies 7-4. The A's beat the Royals 1-0 in 11 innings. That one has playoff implications for Oakland. Diamondbacks 5, Marlins 4 is the final score. In fact, it is scoreless at Wrigley Field. There was no score. And so that one's 0-0. Reds and Cubs scoreless in the third. Rays 1, Dodgers 0 in the second inning. And the Rangers and Astros scoreless in the second in the Battle of Texas. And there's out number 2. Franco grounds out. Yeah, and if you'd asked me last week what swatting meant, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. But I happened to see an article over the weekend about a case where a couple of gamers that had beefs with each other somehow did the same kind of thing. The cops showed up at the wrong place. They showed up at some dude's house that wasn't even involved in any of this and shot and killed the man. So yeah, kids, do not get involved in that kind of craziness. And I have no idea what kind of beef somebody would have with Goose. I mean, we make fun of him and talk about how he puts his fingers in his mouth all the time, but, you know, up until recently, that was all in good fun. Now I'm not even going to mention the dude anymore just because I don't want to contribute any of more misery for him. And so the pitcher, Eflin, is batting. He's 0 for 1 tonight, and he has a 1-2 count here in the top of the fifth. 2 outs, nobody on base. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It is a little bit low. Oh, it was a little bit low, but the umpire rings him up. Eflin not happy with the call. I probably wouldn't either, but that'll do it for the Phillies in the fifth inning. Let's head to the bottom of the inning with the Braves down by 1, need to go to work and score a run or 2. Next. And Dansby Swanson leads us off. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Down 2-1 to the Phillies. Dansby grounds one right over to his counterpart at short, out number 1. And he's been relegated to the 8th spot, and I understand why. He just has not been able to get anything done since his return from the injured list. Man, it really sucks because he had a lot of momentum when he got that injury. So here's Julio Teheran. Looks at strike 1. Braves have a noon start tomorrow, so I will not be around for that one. I will be at work. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's in there, strike 2. So Braves wrap up the series with the Phillies tomorrow. And hopefully if we can get the lead in this game and hold it and then win tomorrow, that will do it. We will own the East. And Julio Teheran has a little soft line drive to the second baseman, out number 2. And then the Giants come in for 3 over the weekend. And yeah, appreciate that, Midwest. Thanks. And for the weekend, Friday sees Fulte on the mound for Atlanta. Saturday, Max Fried. Sunday, Dallas Keuchel. And here's Acuna, 0 for 2 tonight, sitting on 39 home runs and 97 RBIs. And there's a base hit to right field. 2-out single for him. And so here's Ozzy Albies. Let's see what he can do with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Of course, our offense doesn't really get cooking until the 7th, right? So I'm not going to worry too much until we get there. Yeah, Midwest, I heard about that earlier. The Cubs have 7 games versus the Cards. That's crazy. So in those 7 games, that will determine the NL Central winner. And those two teams don't like each other very much. So the pitch to Ozzy, instead over to first. Acuna back safely. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have not done that yet. That is part of your duty. Right, Acuna needs to steal as many bases as possible to work on that 40-40. So you know he's going to attempt something here. And Ozzy grounds one up the middle and threw into center field for a base hit. And Acuna will end up on third. He did not get an opportunity to steal a base there. But we do have runners on the corners with 2 outs. And Freddie Freeman about to step in. So Midwest, who is your team? All right, Freddie, let's see what you can do with 2 out and runners on the corners. Ball 1. Josh Donaldson would be next. Here's the 1-0 to Freddie. This one is hit pretty deep, but not enough. About 4 feet in front of the warning track, and Freddie Freeman flies out to end the 5th inning. Damn, nothing doing there. All right, so time to head to the 6th inning. 1, 2, and 3 hitters coming up for Philly as soon as Coast to Coast comes back. I'm A-Bomb. Thanks for being here with us. Cesar Hernandez, Phillies leadoff man, is up. 1, 2, and 3 hitters coming up for the Phillies in the top of the 6th. Got to hold him here. Tehran, 74 pitches, and it's a 1-1 count on Cesar Hernandez. Damn, there's a home run. Cesar Hernandez hits it into the Coors Light, whatever you call that thing. It's 3-1 Phillies. That's a solo job. The Chop House, that's where he hit it into. That's what I was trying to think of. He hit that one into the damn chop house. Sucks. So it's 3-1. Nobody out, top of the sixth. All right, Midwest Sports. Yeah, Cubbies fan. I don't know if you caught what I was saying earlier, but I went to Wrigley Field for the first time this weekend. I'm from Georgia. And that has been on the bucket list for a long time, and it could not have been a better experience. So here's Real Muto, 0 for 1 with a hit batsman earlier. The Phillies have not been eliminated yet. They're still alive in the wild card. I mean, you know, they can't afford to lose more than 1 or 2 more games, but they are technically alive mathematically. And the Reds have a 1-0 lead on the Cubbies right now. Yes, I was at the Pirates game. It was a 14-1 score. Here's the 2-0 to Real Muto. Catcher's interference. Damn, he's going to be awarded a base. And Midwest, if you look at my videos, I posted a couple of live videos from Wrigley just a couple days ago. If you're interested, that is on my channel right now. Okay, so McCann called for catcher's interference. That means we've got a runner on first with nobody out. So Bryce Harper's up. Hit a long home run last time. So it's 1-0 on Bryce Harper. Julio has not beaten the Phillies yet this year. Just kind of hoping he'd do that tonight. Still plenty of time left, though. Again, we did not really get going until about the 7th inning with our offense. Here's an Atlanta United update for you. United 2, FC Cincinnati nothing. That game is still underway. I hope Walking Legend doesn't hear that. That'll probably ruin his whole night. Here's the 2-0. Welcome in, Avery. Thanks for joining. Yep, I made it back alive. And now it's 3-0 on Bryce Harper, and the Atlanta bullpen starts to get busy. That is Luke Jackson warming up. Oh, yeah. Who doesn't love playoff baseball? It's a whole different animal. It's more like watching a football game. It's that intense. And there's a walk. Ball 4 to Bryce Harper. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. It's got the pitch count up to 82. And in steps the cleanup man, Rhys Hoskins. Looks at ball one. Phillies are 4 games back of the second wild card spot. Several teams ahead of them, so it's very unlikely that they will make the postseason. It's 2-0. And McCann goes out to the mound to talk to Julio. Try to settle him down. We really can't afford to give up any more runs if we want to win this thing. Midwest Sports says the Cubs fans are crazy sometimes. You know, I found it to be a pretty good crowd. I was wearing my Braves hat, and I didn't hear anything about that until I was actually outside of the stadium and going back to the bus stop. 2-0 pitches in there. Some frat boys out on their front porch decided to, you know, give me hell because I was wearing a Braves hat. I just didn't even pay attention to them. I just kept walking. But it was a good experience, man. Nobody wanted to mess with anybody. So runners now on second and third with nobody out. Did I just miss a double steal? Not sure what happened there, but here's the 2-1 pitch to Rhys Hoskins. Ball 3. So Julio in danger of loading him up with nobody out. Yeah, Castellanos has been tearing it up for the Cubs. You're right. Three-one pitch to Rhys Hoskins. Foul ball. It's 3-2 now. Here's the payoff pitch. Foul ball. Do it again. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Phillies up by 2, trying for more. Three-two pitch, again, out of play. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. It will be pitch number 90 for Julio Teheran. And he steps off. Okay, we're set for the payoff pitch again. Here it is. That's ball 4, not even close. So bases are loaded, nobody out. And Snicker says that'll do it. Time to hit the showers, Julio. So we do have a pitching change, and we will be back to let you know who the new pitcher is for Atlanta. Actually, it's going to be Luke Jackson. Don't move. Be right back. All right, here's Luke Jackson. Bases loaded, nobody out. Gene Segura up. Tough spot for Jackson. Oh, hell. In the dirt, but nobody advances. I mean, that one was a 40-footer. Yeah, Angel Hernandez is probably the second worst. I just don't think there's anything worse than C.B. Buckner. I was watching one of his games the other day, man. That was just stupid the way he was calling that. So here's the 1-0 to Segura. There's a swing and a miss. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, do that too. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Another one bounces up there. This one gets away too, but again, nobody advances. Now, who's the best ump? I have no idea. Nobody knows who the best umps are. We just know the worst ones. The best umps are the ones that we don't even know their name, right? But I guess some of the old timers, Joe West, is he even still an umpire? So it's 2-1 on Segura. Bases loaded, nobody out. Foul ball. It's 2-2. Man, a strikeout would be huge. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Low. So 3-2, nowhere to put Segura. Kingery on deck. Here's the 3-2. And we just walked in a run. It's 4-1 Phillies. Base is still loaded. Nobody out. I mean, it was close, but it was not in the zone. So here's Scott Kingery 0 for 2 tonight. Bases loaded for him, nobody out. Swung on a missed 0-1 on Kingery. Yeah, Jim Joyce, he was the one that ruined that perfect game about, what was it, about, geez, almost 10 years ago. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's in there, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that's a strikeout. Could not check his swing, says the first base ump on the appeal. And there's out number 1 finally. Here's Hazley. 0 for 2 tonight, ground out and a strikeout for the left fielder. And there's strike 1. So bases loaded, 1 out now. The 0-1 pitch, way outside, 1-1. 96 on the fastball. Okay, Midwest, yeah, I'll definitely check out your channel for sure. What's up, Stover? He's always in here with like a different name. Yeah, here you go. Boom. Yeah, Midwest, I'll definitely check out your channel as soon as we're done here. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one is fouled back. 2-2. Two pitch. Strike 3 swinging on the 97-mile-an-hour gas. So there's 2 out. Jackson put in a pretty impossible situation. He walked in a run, but now he's struck out the last 2. So here's Franco, 0 for 2 today. 2 outs, bases jammed. Pitch is a grounder over to third. Long throw from Donaldson. And that's out number 3. Good play. And so, decent job, all things considered, for Luke Jackson. He came in bases loaded, nobody out, and only gave up 1 run. Not too shabby. Now it's time to go to work. We are in the bottom of the 6th, or at least we're headed there, with a 4-1 Philadelphia lead. Donaldson leads us off in the bottom of the 6th, swings and misses, strike 1. Yeah, our starters are not looking good. Freed got pummeled the other day. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to Keuchel's last start. Yeah, here's the bringer of rain. Let's bring some now. 2-2 to Josh. Inside, 3-2. All right, Midwest Sports is putting out his Week 3 picks tonight. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. There's out number 1. 4th strikeout for the Phillies pitcher, Eflin. So Midwest, the one everybody wants to know about. Who do you have for Atlanta at Indianapolis on Sunday? Here's Markakis. Reached on an error. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Hey, Vortex. Yeah, he was testing it out. Put that little dot there. And saw the wrench. Markakis smashes one off the plate. And he reaches first on an infield hit. All right, Midwest, way to go, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to hear. Falcons came off a big Sunday night victory. Didn't look so pretty doing it, but we'll take an ugly loss. Check it. We'll take an ugly win over a pretty loss anytime. So with a runner on first and one out, here's Matt Joyce. Here comes the 1-0 to Joyce. Woo! Just foul. Had the home run distance. But it's a noisy strike. 1-1 on Joyce. Okay, Midwest. Yeah, go ahead and take care of your predictions video. We don't want to hold that up. Hey, Vortex. No, man, you're all good here. Unless you start acting like Dab Brewer, then I'll take that wrench back. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Joyce. Low ball 3. Brian McCann waits on deck. The 3-1 to Matt Joyce. Here it is. And that's ball 4. Runners on first and second with one out. Here's Brian McCann, the potential tying run. Gabe Kapler makes a call to the bullpen. And it looks like they're going to get warmed up. Yeah, I'll rip that thing right back, Vortex, if it turns out that you're actually Dab Brewer. Other than that, you're good. So here's McCann. Rutrow, double play ball over to second, 1 under first. Inning over. McCann has hit into 2 of those today. That one was a little bit of a rally killer. Just damn. Well, we still got time to go. We still got 9 more outs to work with. But we got to hold them right here. So let's do just that as we head now to the 7th inning. It is Phillies 1 and Braves 4. Eflin is still in the game, and he's leading off the top of the 7th for the Phillies. And welcome in Mr. Red. Yeah, welcome in Mr. Red. Yeah, if you're in Braves country, the game is on Fox Sports. Not like whatever big Fox. It's on Fox Sports Net here in Metro Atlanta and even a little bit outside that area. So you probably got to be like in South Florida or North Tennessee or something like that, you know, to get the game on ESPN. Anywhere between those two, it's going to be on FSN. And so here's Cesar Hernandez. He is up after the pitcher was retired. So Eflin led off, he's out, and here's Hernandez, 1 for 3. He had a home run last time up. Braves down 4-0 to the Phillies in the 7th inning. Still 9 more outs to go. Newcomb is your pitcher in the 7th. And there's strike 2. It's 1-2 on Hernandez. Newcomb has been hit or miss. Here's the 1-2 pitch to the second baseman. That is a little swinging bunt that rolls foul. Still 1-2. And welcome in, everybody. If it's your first time, go ahead and subscribe. We would really appreciate that. If you have been here before, at least hit us up with a like. Thank you. Falcons fans, I have the game for you Sunday. It starts at 1 o'clock Eastern, Atlanta at Indianapolis. We've already heard from Midwest Sports. He has the Falcons winning the game. We're glad to hear that. Let's hope it really turns out that way. And if you're a Georgia Bulldog fan, then Bone Crusher has Saturday night's game versus Notre Dame for you. Hernandez grounds one over to Ozzie, and there's out number 2. And you see the Bone Crusher. He's our mod down there. You see the wrench. Make sure to hit up his channel if UGA versus Notre Dame is your idea of an important football game. It is expected to be the biggest ever crowd at Sanford Stadium in Athens. In fact, they're installing extra seats, temporary seats, for the game Saturday. And there's expected to be between 50 and 75,000 folks showing up without a ticket who just kind of want to hang out for the experience. And so with 2 outs, here's Real Muto. It's quickly 0-2 on him. So Newcomb appears on his game tonight. Oh-2 is a little bit high. Yeah, Mark Lane, a lot of us did that in college. Some of us have done it beyond college. The 1-2 fouled back, still 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging. So 1-2-3 inning for Sean Newcomb. Way to go there, son. So it's time for the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch him out in Atlanta. Time to go to work. This is when we get warmed up, right? So let's see what happens next. You are watching Coast to Coast with A-Bomb. All right, to the bottom of the 7th, and it is Dansby Swanson leading off. He's 0 for 2. Just hasn't been able to get anything going since coming off the injured list a couple of weeks ago. This one is going to be a fly ball to right field, out number 1. Dansby retired. And welcome in Kidder 96. Yeah, that is going to be a big one on Saturday night in Chi-Town. And so we've got a pinch hitter coming up for Newcomb. It is none other than Adam Duvall. This season, 33 games, 8 home runs, 15 driven in. Strike 1 to Duvall. A little bit outside, 1-1 to Duvall. Nobody on, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, and the Braves down 4-1. Magic number 2, if we can win tonight, we'll shave 1 off of that. If the score holds, magic number will remain 2. And then hopefully we can clinch tomorrow with a Washington loss and a Braves victory in that businessman special. But I'm impatient. I don't want to wait for tomorrow. I want to make it 1 before we leave tonight. The 1-2 pitch is low. Acuna on deck right now with 1 out. A little bit outside, 3-2. Here comes the payoff. Ground ball to third. Throw onto first. There's out number 2. So last hope for the Braves in the 7th comes in the person of Acuna. So Braves down to their final 7 outs. Eflin working quickly, and there's strike 1 to Acuna. He's pitched a great ball game. And Acuna hits one into center field for a base hit. He'll stop at first with a 2-out single. And here comes Ozzie. Ozzie's 1 for 3 tonight. Had a single in the 5th inning. 23 home runs. Always a possibility with him. Yeah, Eflin is the starter, and he's still in the ball game. Ozzie hits one pretty well, but right to the center fielder for out number 3. Nothing doing for the Braves in the 7th. Bryce Harper due up as soon as we come back in the top of the 8th inning. That is where we will be, and the Phillies have a 4-1 lead. New pitcher for the Braves is Josh Tomlin, making his 48th appearance on the season. 2-1 record and a 3.93 ERA. And Midwest, you are now a mod. You've been bringing some good content, so I appreciate that. Giving us that Midwest perspective. And of course, we have Walking Legend. He's a guy from the Natty, so he's not too far away from you. So tell us this, Midwest, where exactly do you live? And here's the 1-0 pitch to Bryce Harper. Nice play. Ozzy had a turnaround pirouette. He got the throw off. Nice dig at first by Freddie, and there's out number 1 in the 8th. We'll run down all the scores for you as soon as this game here is final. A lot of important games going on around the league tonight. Here's Rhys Hoskins. He looks at ball 1. There's a strike, 1-1 to Hoskins. All right, Midwest Sports checking in from Wisconsin, from Wisco. Here's the 1-1. That one is in there. It's 1-2. Absolutely, Wisconsin is the Midwest. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Hoskins. Inside, 2-2. Two is low. And welcome in, Packers Nation. Well, if you'd asked me after game 1, I would have probably told you we weren't going to win a game this year. That's how bad game 1 was. However, we did come back on Sunday Night Football. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Hoskins is retired. There's 2 outs in the inning. You know, it did not look pretty on Sunday Night Football versus the Eagles, but we got it done. So I'm happy about that. I think we're going to go up to Indianapolis on Sunday and take care of business up there. We all know the Colts situation in disarray. So I will be highly disappointed if we cannot win that game. If we win that game, great. If we don't, then I'm going to have a really bad attitude. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Segura with 2 outs. And this one is hit into right field, foul, 0-2. And you know what? You're right, Packers Nation. I totally forgot about that. Right, Drew Brees is out for several weeks. Cam Newton is not looking good for Carolina. So, very fortunate situation on that front for the Falcons. 2 premier quarterbacks having a tough go of it in the NFC South. I'm not worried about Tampa, who's the only other opponent. Jameis Winston is their quarterback last time I checked. Segura rips one into right field. That is a base hit. A 2-out single for him. And speaking of all the football, if you are a Falcons fan, make sure to join me right here, 1 o'clock Eastern on Sunday for that game. Well, Packers Nation, Green Bay is always in the mix. You know, it's been that way for a long time with Brett Favre and then Aaron Rodgers. And here's Kingery, runner on first, 2 outs. Bounces up there. Runner advances to second. Segura now on second with 2 out. And coming up in the bottom of the inning, Freddie Freeman, Josh Donaldson, Brian McCann, all due up. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Kingery. Strike 1. Here's the 1-1. That's way outside. 2-1 to Kingery. He's 0 for 3 tonight. The 2-1, it's low. 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch to Kingery. This one is hit. Medium right field. No problem for Joyce. And that'll do it. So, nothing doing for the Phillies in the 8th inning. We'll head to the bottom. Freeman, Donaldson, Markakis all due up as soon as we come back. It is Phillies 4, Atlanta 1. And you're watching Coast to Coast with A-Bomb. Freddie Freeman leads us off. We are in the bottom of the 8th. Time to get going. It is 10 o'clock local time on a hump day. And here's the pitch to Freddie. Foul back. Quickly 0-2 on Freeman. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Season average, even 300. 38 home runs, 117 RBIs. And it's still 0-2 after the foul. Freddie gets a new WAR club. Apparently he cracked the last one. And once again, we'll remind all Georgia Bulldog fans or Notre Dame fans to head over to Bone Crusher's channel. He has the Georgia Notre Dame game on Saturday night. Welcome in Joshua Mashburn checking in late. And another foul for Freddie. It's still 0-2. Yes, absolutely. Everything you see on my screen is stolen from somewhere else. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one is outside. And so 1-2 pitch coming to Freddie. Here it comes. That's a little bit outside. 2-2. Donaldson due next, and then it's Brian McCann after that. Two-two pitch. Fouled back. The Astros have taken a 2-1 lead on the Rangers in the 7th inning. Freddie waits the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. And another foul ball. We'll do it again. Alvarez, by the way, is your new Phillies pitcher. Kingery, or not Kingery, but Eflin pitched a very good game tonight. He is no longer in the game. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Another foul. And Pete Alonso for the Mets hit number 49 earlier tonight. Is that right? Holy cow. He is smashing the all-time rookie record, I think. Not sure exactly what it is, but I'm pretty sure he's already blown by that. 2-2 pitch to Freeman. Another foul. So another 2-2 on its way. Oh, and he swings and misses it one way outside. Freddie retired on strikes. And that's out number 1 in the 8th. So let's see what Donaldson can do with 1 out. Donaldson, 259, 37 bombs, 89 ribbies. 0 for 3 tonight. Alvarez stretches and deals. Fouled away, 1-1. And it's a final. Atlanta United with a clean sheet, 2-0 your final score. That is some MLS soccer update for you. Atlanta wins over FC Cincinnati 2-0. And the 1-2 pitch to Donaldson. Inside. Brian McCann on deck. Check that. Markakis due up next. And there's a strikeout. Donaldson swings and misses at one that was not in the zone. 2 outs. So here's Markakis, 1 for 3, also reached on an error and scored a run. Batting .292, 9 home runs, 58 ribbies. And he has come out swinging after leaving the injured list. He's 9 for 21 since that time. No hit there, though. Over to the shortstop. Throws on to first, and the side is retired. So just does not seem like our night tonight. But you never know. One more crack at it. We now head to the top of the 9th inning. It is the Phillies 4 and the Braves 1. We're back and welcome in Tony Richmond. Just in time for out number 1 in the top of the 9th. Hazley grounds out to Freddie at first. Got to hold him right here, and then the bottom third due up for the Braves in the bottom of the 9th. Or I should say 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up when we come back in the 9th. The bottom of the 9th for the Braves. And so here's Franco. And Wright is your new Atlanta pitcher. How come I don't recognize this guy? And it's 1-1 on Franco. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Bases empty, 1 out. Strike 2 to Franco. 1-2 on him. And yeah, thanks for checking in, Tony Richmond. You're out in Arkansas, is that right? Hope everything is going well out there. And there's a quick strikeout. Franco is retired, and that's 2 quick outs. Reds and Cubs tied at 1. Suarez hit his 48th ding-dong of the year. And so it is 0-1 on Jay Bruce pinch hitting. 224 average, 25 home runs on the season for the veteran. Pitch fouled away. It's 1-2 on Jay Bruce. Hey, Mondo checking in finally. Maybe can bring us some luck. Nothing has really gone the Braves' way tonight. Jay Bruce pops one up, and it's going to make the seat. Still 1-2. Right, get set to deal the 1-2 pitch. Here it is, and it's low, 2-2. Two-two pitch bounced over to short. Dansby throws over to first, and the side is retired, so nothing doing for the Phillies in the 9th. Joyce, McCann, and Dansby all due up as soon as we come back. Time to put the rally caps on. We'll be back for the bottom of the 9th right after this. Okay, we are back. Bottom of the ninth. Last call for the Braves. And thanks for the pronunciation, Tony Richmond. It is pronounced Valonia, Arkansas. And so Hector Neris, Phillies closer, comes in to try to shut the door. Matt Joyce leads off. Make sure to hit us up with a like if you haven't done that before we get out of here, and a subscribe if you're brand new on board. Do that, please. So Matt Joyce is 1 for 2, and he looks at a strike. Oh, 1 pitch. That is outside. Yep, we've seen much bigger comebacks than 3 runs. That is for sure. Let's see what we can get going here. It's 1-2 on Joyce. And strikeout. Strikeout, Matt Joyce. 1 out, bottom of the ninth. And here comes McCann. He's hit into 2 double plays tonight. No chance for that here. Oh, thanks, Keck. Yeah, appreciate that, man. It was a good time. Glad to be back. McCann looks at strike 1. Oh for 3 on the night, including those 2 double plays. Pitch is high. It's 2-1. We'll run down all the scores across baseball as soon as this one goes final. And it's probably going to go final sooner rather than later. McCann is also a strikeout victim. 2 out. So Dansby is your last chance. Last call for Braves baseball. Dansby 0 for 3 tonight. Average keeps on dipping down. He's now at 250. Has not hit a home run since he's come back. Stuck on 17. And swings and misses. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Dansby. That one is low. So tomorrow is a noon Eastern start. I will not be here for that. Hopefully the Braves can beat the Phillies. And we could possibly clinch the division tomorrow if we win and if Washington loses tomorrow. I will not see you tomorrow. I will see you back here Friday night when the Giants come to call. Two-one pitch. Swung and I missed. Braves down to their final strike. It's 2-2 on Dansby. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. We'll do it again. run down all the scores for you, and as soon as this one goes final. And this one is final right now. Dansby flies out to deep center. So your final score, the Phillies 4, Atlanta 1. You see the magic number on your screen. It is 2, and it is still 2 even after the conclusion of this one, unfortunately. So let's check some scores from around the league. And we'll just go over all of them. It was a final from New York where the Angels beat the Yankees 3-2 tonight. The Mariners 4, the Pirates 1. That's a final from Pittsburgh. We're in the 8th inning in Baltimore where the Orioles have an 8-5 lead over the Blue Jays. It's a final in 10 innings. Cleveland beats Detroit 2-1. We're in the 9th inning in Boston. In fact, that one has just gone final. The Giants have beaten the Red Sox. 7-2 is your final there. We are in the 9th in Milwaukee where the Padres have a 2-1 lead over the Brewers. That one's big for Milwaukee. They need to win that one to stay alive. It's in the 8th inning in Minnesota where the White Sox have a 2-1 lead over the Twins. We know the Cardinals beat the Nationals 5-1 earlier today. The Mets beat the Rockies 7-4, and they got home run number 49 from Mets rookie Pete Alonso. From Oakland, the A's beat the Royals 1-0 in 11 innings. The Diamondbacks beat the Marlins, that is. Diamondbacks 5, Miami 4 is your final there. Reds and the Cubs from Chicago, where the Reds have a 2-1 edge in the 7th inning. And right now in Los Angeles, the Rays from Tampa Bay have a 4-3 lead on the Dodgers. And finally, in the Battle of Texas, it's the 8th inning in Houston where the Astros have a 3-2 lead over the Texas Rangers. So that concludes your 10th inning show. Braves lose tonight, so I hate to bring out the Braves lose music, but that's exactly what I'm going to do as we get out of here. Thanks for all the content in the dugout tonight. You guys really brought it. All the likes, we stacked a bunch of those. Not sure about the subs. I'll check on that in a bit. And we had Midwest Sports giving us some good content. I'm going to go check out his channel in just a minute. So that is your final score. Not a good one. The Phillies beat the Braves tonight from Atlanta. Your final score is 4-1. A-Bomb will see you Friday night. There's a noon start tomorrow, so neither Bone Crusher or I will be available for that one, but we'll see you back here around 7:20 on Friday night. Good night, everybody. See you next time.